Hey everyone, this is Stan here from VACDESIGNS, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your own overlay. Now the first thing you want to do is open up Photoshop. Now this is available for any Photoshop, doesn't matter what you use, just as long as you have Photoshop. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is actually make a new page, new canvas. You want it to have 1920 width by 1080 height and a resolution of 300. Make sure your color mode is on RGB, and you should be ready and set to go. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is maybe place an image of some kind of gameplay. Doesn't matter what resolution it is, it's just so you get a good idea of what you're going to be working on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a image here, which I've currently saved to desktop. Or maybe I haven't, maybe I'll paste it. There we go. Now I'm just going to set this up dead quick and get ready for you guys to learn how to make your webcam border. Okay, so now we're ready to actually import the webcam. Now, what we do is here, we actually go to File and New, and this is when you create the size of your webcam. So if you're using a widescreen webcam, you want to have 300 resolution, and you want to have 1280 by 720. Now, if you have a standard size webcam, I think it is 640 by 480. So you just replace that with the 1280 by 720. So 640 at the top, 480 at the bottom. Okay, so this is the way I do it. Not a lot of people do it like this, but this works for me pretty easily. So what you want to do is you actually want to make a new layer. So it's Control Shift N, or you could just click this box down here and it will create a new layer. And then you want to get the brush tool, which is B, or it's over here on the left side. And you just want to basically just color the whole thing in, just so you can get an idea of what kind of size you'll be working on when you're actually on your main canvas. Now, the easiest way to do this is just simply drag and drop this into your gameplay, which is done like this. Or you could just copy and paste it by hitting Control C and Control V. So this is basically the template that you're going to be working on for your webcam. So ideally, you want to be building around this box and not actually inside it, because this is actually where your webcam is going to be displayed. So the best thing to do is probably resize this. So hit Control T, and then you could just shift drag so you keep that resolution and you're not changing or stretching it at any type. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Kind of muddled up. So once you got like a good size, something like this, you basically want to work around it. So what I like to do is here, I like to group this. So this is all in one folder. So if you hit Control G, it will open a new group, and you just name that webcam. So basically, given these names, basically just makes things easier for you to edit when it comes to changing things, or just basically doing little things to manipulate your image. It just keeps things organized, and it makes things a lot easier to locate. So it's always nice to have that as a nice little habit of making folders and stuff like that. Okay, so enough blabbing on. I'm actually going to show you what to do now. So if we get the ruler open, so you hit Control R, we can go to View and then Win Rulers. You can you see like you get numbers at the top and left side. Best thing to do is to click the ruler and just drag onto the top of the box so it's perfectly in line with the side of it. So you want something like that, and then something like that. Okay, so this is weird. This is another way why I do it quite differently as well. If you actually do like half as well, so if you get one in the middle, so we're looking at around, normally it just snaps on, but for some reason I've got snapping on, I don't know why. That's pretty much central. So basically what I do is I actually work on one side first, and then I'll duplicate it. So basically what I'm going to do is now I'm going to make a new layer. So Control Shift N, or hit that box down the bottom right, and you'll be able to create your border now for the webcam. So what you want to do is now you want to click this tool here, or a shape tool, whatever you prefer. And then you just want to select some kind of width for your border. So I'm going to choose something a bit clean, something a bit thin. So I want to go for something like that. Nothing too overcomplicated, nothing too messy, something that just works for me. So I'm going to choose a nice bright color, and then I'm going to drag this down so it fits pretty much on the ruler. and then I'm going to duplicate that by hitting Control J, or you can just right click, copy and paste, whatever you prefer. And I'm going to add the same to the bottom here. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate it one more time. Then I'm going to move it out of the way. Control T to transform. Once we got that, you want to right click 90 degrees clockwise and just hit it at the top. Now you can actually resize this because it doesn't change the pixels. It doesn't mess around with the pixels as much. So you want to make this kind of pixel perfect with the corners. Make sure it all fits quite well. Now we can get rid of these rulers now. As we know, that's pretty much central. As you see here, we've actually got a nice basic border. So if we want, what we're going to do now is select all these layers. So Control click all these layers, right click, merge layers, and then you've all got it on one layer now like this. Okay. Now to duplicate this, you want to hit Control J again, and then Control T for transform, and then flip horizontal. Now basically what we've done here is actually duplicated the other side, and we've just added it onto the opposite side of the webcam box. Now we do actually need to make this overlap onto the black box a little bit. So we want it kind of on the edge. If I just turn the transparency down here, you can kind of see I'm going over this black box here, which basically means your webcam is going to be covered. And you want to do the same with this other side as well. So you want to just touch it right, stuff like that. And you can actually fill these gaps in with the select and paint tool because it wouldn't really matter. So merge these two layers together. And then you want to fill the gaps in. And then same down at the bottom, which is here. Whoops, my bad. Okay, so there we have it. We have our standard webcam border. So the way you want to do this now is, just turn that down a second, is basically add some style to it. As you can see right now, it's just a standard white border on just a white border on your webcam. So maybe you want to change a few things and add some style. What I normally do is I like to add some kind of wacky shapes or just some slight curves in the corners, just something to give it a bit more style and not so basic and I wouldn't say boring because sometimes clean is nice, but sometimes it's nice just to add a bit of effect to the webcam borders. So what I'm actually going to do is here, I'm actually going to make it float, some kind of like floating effect. So what I like to do is select the border layer, which is this one. I'm going to change the name of that so I know which one's which. And then I'm going to select the lasso tool, which is this. So polygonic, oh God, don't want to be doing that, do I? And then I'm going to select the corner up here. Right in the corner, drag down, just so I get to this corner here. Now, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete all this. It doesn't matter about that. And then just select it and then hit delete. Okay, so basically what I've done is, as you can see, I've made a slight point to the webcam border. And I'm going to just clean this up a little bit here so it doesn't poke off the edge. And then same to this side as well. Now there is another way you can actually duplicate the half again and just remerge it, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. It's only a tutorial. But yeah, you kind of get the idea of where I'm going with this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is here as well, I might actually keep this middle bit. Let's say, no, in fact, no, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to select it and then just hit delete. Okay, so this is your webcam border. This is what it actually looks like. And this is where your webcam will be. So you kind of get the idea of where this is going. Now, what I like about this effect is if I was to add a gradient for the color, I'd normally go for like a darker shade at the bottom where the point is and brighten up at the top. And yeah, basically that's how I'd go about it. So there's actually a website called UI Gradients, which has some beautiful colors which you can use on your overlay. I would highly recommend using this website as it really does give you some fantastic color combos, which is always really nice to have. So I'm gonna go for something thinking bright, something a bit bright. So if I just move through this, okay, that was nice. I like this color. This is really clean. So I'm gonna go for let's go for the light color first. So you hit that copy, and then you just go to your border, double click till you get all these settings up. Color gradient overlay. Make sure everything's normal. Click the gradient, select the first color, and paste in that code that you just copied. So really, I want the bright one at the top, and then I'll go back to the site, the dark one, throw that at the bottom. Okay, so now we can kind of see what it looks like. So it kind of goes darker to lighter. Very subtle, but it really does add an effect to the overlay. You can actually change the scale as well, just to make sure it's more visible. So I'm going to choose about 50%, something like that. And then there you go, there you got it. So nice, simple, clean webcam border. Now, if you wanted to add text to this, it's completely up to you. There's so many things you can do. Just get used to using this tool here, the marquee tool. And basically, the more you use that, the better you'll get with your placement and stuff like that with your overlay. Also, mess around with the lines. Have a play around with the lines on the webcam border. Make something really, really different. I could always recommend as well looking at other overlays that currently exist. I mean, it's always nice to get some kind of inspiration, so you can kind of get where you're going with your overlay and what kind of style you're going for. Okay, so now what you want to do is actually want to save the webcam border so you're actually able to use it on your live stream. So what we want to do is now you want to go to the webcam and you want to actually disable that black box. So you got rid of it completely. So you're only left with your webcam border. Now, if you have got a background image, also get rid of that, just so you can see a complete transparent background, as you see here. If it doesn't let you get rid of the background and it's got a lock pad on it, just duplicate it, just like so, delete the one below it, and then just do the same again with that. Or you can just click the I to disable, which is probably a lot easier. Okay, so what you want to do is now you actually want to move your webcam border to the top left, just so you're in a safe box. So you kind of want to leave one square off your border on each side. And then you want to go to the crop tool and try and get around it as you can. So one box and something like there. Okay, so now your webcam is actually there. Now it's ready to be exported. So what you want to do is you're going to File, Export, Save for Web, PNG 24, transparency on, and just save and just name it whatever you want. So webcam to desktop, and then we should have it here. Now to add this to OBS, you just add an image, place it to OBS, and you should be able to add your webcam underneath it, so it fits perfectly. Thank you for watching my tutorial, guys. I hope you created your webcam border, and I hope it looks pretty amazing. Fingers crossed. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, I really appreciate a thumbs up. Any questions or any problems that you had during the tutorial today, please comment, because I will more than likely respond in less than 24 hours. So I'll always give you some feedback and some help. And also just enjoy what you do. Just enjoy the design and just enjoy messing around with Photoshop. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.